This is Igbo Area TV.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also click the bell icon.
Now, lecture continues on CISA, Commonwealth of Independent States, Africa. Again, Yoruba and Igbos, these two quantities, one of the biggest tribes in Africa. They are responsible for what is happening in sub-African region of West Africa and also Black Africa at large. The reason why they are responsible for that is that world-class education in Igbo land, world-class education in Yoruba land, and they stuck their nose on the ground and their foot on the ground, and people that does not know left and right are ruling them, and thereby the future of black man become questionable. Is it not better that only Yaba succeeds, at least have guarantees for black people? Yaba alone, I didn't say Lagos, Yaba is better than the whole continent going down the drain, which is where it's going. And God forbid, that must be stopped. Now, this is very important for members of ODUDUWA Republic and the Biafran Republic. If I was to tell you that, oh, you want to break Nigeria, asking what is Araba, asking what is the meaning of the word Araba. Number two, if somebody says, oh, Jugu succeeded from Nigeria, ask him who removed Eastern Nigeria from Nigeria first. It was Gawan. Ask him what was Lokoja for. Lokoja was capital of the new Nigeria for Gawan. Until the British people tell him, hey, there's oil in that place, so, and forced him to reverse polarity. The British forced him for their own interest, not for his stupid interest. Stupid meaning Gawan interest. Gawan doesn't even know his left and his right. Gawan was not even qualified to be a local government chairman, functional local government chairman. He can be a primary school principal. He's qualified for that one. Okay, these facts are very necessary. So now, the preparation for war started, agitations for war started. Awolowo came to Eastern Nigeria. Awolowo suspected that we have stockpiled weapons. He came to make assessment of weapons, whether we are ready to fight a war, because Awolowo is not a risk taker. Awolowo is somebody who wants everything to be perfect before he acts, which is very wrong in politics. He was not a gambler. ODUDUWA Republic would have been now if Awolowo was a gambler. Now, there are very interesting lessons you will learn, because somebody will tell you, we didn't want to do the ODUDUWA Republic. That's a lie. Yoruba wanted the ODUDUWA Republic as of that time. So Awolowo went back to Western Nigeria after assessing situation. He concluded that Biafra has nothing to fight with, and therefore there's no way Biafra can challenge Nigeria, because he knew that Hausa Fulani is having the ammunitions. Remember, they have overtaken the military government. Okay, but he never factored in that the well-capable, disciplined Nigerian army officers are of Igbo stock, which will eventually form the nucleus of Biafran army. And that's why Biafran army performed very well. Fine soldiers. Onwatuegu. Neighbor. Okay? Now, as war started, the walkover, which Hassan said that they will defeat Biafra in 24 hours, did not happen. In 1968, there was a stalemate between Nigeria and Biafra. Nigeria was not capable of vanquishing Biafra. Biafra was not capable of vanquishing Nigeria. There was a stalemate. Awolowo panicked. Awolowo requested that all federal troops in Western Nigeria should be removed. Listen to this again. Awolowo requested that all federal troops in Western Nigeria that is not of Yoruba origin should be removed. Gawan complied and removed all federal troops from Western Nigeria and stationed them parallel north in Lokoja. Awolowo agreed to that because he removed them from Ibadan, other places, and stationed them in that area. Very important to note. Now, there are people running around and telling you that they are father of Nigeria. Please listen to this again. Who was the military commander for Awolowo's agenda? The military commander for Awolowo's agenda is Obasanjo. So when Obasanjo come and tell you, oh, they fought for the unity of Nigeria, that's nonsense. He was the one organizing that would be ODUDUWA army for Awolowo. Because now remember, all the federal troops of non-Yoruba origin has been removed from Western Nigeria. Now Obasanjo is the one that will organize the federal troops that is of Yoruba origin. So the question you will ask Obasanjo, what will that federal troops of Yoruba origin, what is their mission? What will they do? And why was the other federal troops that is not of Yoruba origin removed from Western Nigeria? He said, ODUDUWA, because Awolowo already panicked that the Biafra is gone. Awolowo was shouting to Gowon, once the Biafra leave, we are leaving. Once the Biafra leave, we are leaving. So the stalemate guarantees Awolowo that Biafra is gone. And he was making arrangement for his own. Follow. He's not making initiative. Okay, so Obasanjo is the one organizing ODUDUWA's army. So he can't come and tell you that he's the father of Nigeria. That's nonsense. The reason we have this nonsense in Nigeria is that we don't challenge these buffoons. You see, the other day, Fami Kayode challenged Gowon when Gowon was praying for Nigeria. He told him that you're a mass murderer. You killed innocent women and children in the tone of 5 million, and you are praying for Nigeria. He said that's why Africa will not go nowhere. We need more people like that will challenge these buffoons that is in Africa if we want to get out of the situation that we are. So you know Obasanjo right now that Obasanjo did not love that Nigeria he claims he loves. He's taking advantage of circumstances that grazes his palm. So then the question is, how did Awolowo cancel all this program where Obasanjo is organizing his ODUDUWA army for him? He's about to pull out of Nigeria because Biafra is now having stalemate with Nigeria. Well, Gowon deceived Awolowo. He summoned Awolowo. Gowon was panicking. Gowon was shitting in his clothes. He summoned Awolowo and said, hey, come on. Awolowo came. He said, hey, don't worry. Once we win the war, you become the president of Nigeria. Awolowo accepted. See, gullibility. Then federal troops move back to Western Nigeria and continued the war. Now, this is where we made some mistakes. I want to point it out. Remember now, don't go and start blaming Ojukwu because this is a war. That's why I keep on telling the leadership of people running for Biafra and to listen. Listen to all garbage. Throw the one you don't like away. Take the one you like. Ideas must not always come from you. That's why I give the story about Japanese success. Okay. When Awolowo came to see whether we have ammunition, we could have offered him the oil. Because oil is what is holding Nigeria. And when Awolowo was organizing the ODUDUWA's army, we could have sent emissary through Dahomey, which is what you call Republic of Benin now, because Republic of Benin was pro-Biafra. We could have sent emissary through Republic of Benin, and they tell Awolowo, hey, do that quick, you have access to the oil. That two major overtures could have win ODUDUWA Republic to our own side and establish this Commonwealth of independent states. Very important to note. That's why the people running for Biafra agitation now, I tell them, listen to all kind of, as a matter of fact, have a department that read all kind of rubbish that people write. You can synthesize some good ideas from it. That's the major diplomatic blunder we made. Remember, our focus was to shoot it out in the field, so you don't have to blame anybody. We didn't make those two overtures because if we had guaranteed the Yorubas access to the oil, they could have left Nigeria with their almost living. Continual lecture on the Commonwealth of Independent States Africa, which comprises of Republic of Biafra and ODUDUWA Republic. Now, like I was saying before, what is happening in Black Africa. I'm not talking about Arab Africa. I'm talking about Black Africa and Sub-Saharan region of Africa, which is West Africa, is caused by the Yorubas and the Igbos. So those people that might be listening, how did they cause it? World-class education resting in Igbo place, world-class education resting in Yoruba place. For one reason or the other, they decide to let themselves to be ruled by people that is from the Stone Age. Now, I don't hate nobody, but things, you don't be a doctor and you let a school teacher to treat you. I know somebody doesn't treat himself, but I cannot be a doctor and allow a school teacher to treat me. But the school teacher will allow a doctor to treat him. That is what happened. Now, during Nigerian Biafra War, when Awolowo instituted the philosophy of hunger as an instrument of war with the Nahoro from Midwest, in Nahoro, they argued that hunger is an instrument of war which is in total conflict with Geneva Convention, that women and children and non-combatants cannot be subjected to hardship. Only the military can deny food, unless when they surrender their weapons. Now, as this genocide was mounting, Wolo Soyinka started criticizing Gowon harshly. Wolo Soyinka went village to village in western Nigeria, calling chiefs, obas, and imams to come and see what is happening here, so that tomorrow they will not lie that they don't know what is going on. Wolo Soyinka was arrested and sent to prison. Wolo Soyinka stayed in prison because of his activities against Biafran genocide during the war. Wolo Soyinka was the only person that stood up to a military government that was at war. For you cowards in Nigeria today, because when we talk something, we have democratic government in Nigeria. Wolo Soyinka stood up to evil on a government that is military and is at war. Wolo Soyinka went to prison. Very important for us to understand all these things, because I hear some comments here that is not founded in history. That's why I'm giving this history. From the past, that we come to the present. The reason that we are still in Nigeria is strategy. You must have strategy in order to exit. Okay? So Wolo Soyinka was vigorously opposing the genocide in Biafra, shouting to whoever that will listen. That is why white man gave him Nobel Prize. That Nobel Prize was not given to him because of writing. If writing was the basis of that Nobel Prize, Cyprian Ekwensi or Chino Achebe would have gotten it. They gave him that prize because of his activism during that Nigerian Biafra war and continuous activism opposing this low-level, Stone Age, backward, northern, narrow-minded pseudo-idiots. Okay? That's what I told Yerima. I got his first page and told him that up till now, 2020, you're still backward and primitive. You should be ashamed of yourself. Then, after the war, during the first civilian elections, Awolowo, who is a mass murderer, came to Aba. The Aba people chased him and broke his helicopter. He couldn't go back with his helicopter for hours because the Aba boys broke it. Eventually, he formed a party called the Unity Party of Nigeria, and he picked one Anambra man called Philip Umadi as the vice president. Philip Umadi is from Mri. He's known called Ozoma of Mri. He was made the vice president of the Unity Party of Nigeria. They nearly won the election. They went to court, but Obasanjo was hell-bent in handing over to Fulani. Obasanjo is the most trickiest and wickedest person of all the people that was in the war. Followed by Buhari. Buhari is narrow-minded and sometimes outrightly stupid, which is what he is now. But all the problems you have, like blocking you from getting license, making sure you lose your land in this place, and making sure you don't vote in this place, comes from Obasanjo. Let me tell you people right now. So this is the short lecture on continuing lecture about CISA, Commonwealth of Independent States, which comprises of Republic of Biafra and Republic of ODUDUWA. The CIS there is a form of a Kawa type of thing, where you have free movement of people, free movement of goods and services in an independent state.